So there's a lot of people who say that your thoughts create reality. But this isn't fully true. Granted, your thoughts do play a part in creating reality. That part is most definitely true. But the role that they play, it's not really how people always make it seem. So, because of that, I'm gonna clear that up for you all. Now, real quick, if you don't know me, yo, what's good? It's your boy Dot from Dot Now Coaching and Entertainment. For coaching, my links are down below. And in today's video, let's break down why your thoughts do not create reality, but let's talk about what your thoughts actually do and how to properly use them to eventually lead to the creation of your reality, you know? So your thoughts do not directly make your reality, but they do create your perception of reality. And when people say that thoughts create your reality, they're always talking about your perception of reality, because your perception of reality literally is reality for you. But they don't literally change reality. Like, no matter how much you think, 2 plus 2 will always equal 4. However, you can develop a certain way of thinking where now you perceive 2 plus 2 equaling 6. I don't know how you did it, but you can do that, right? So your thoughts change your perception of reality, and they also influence your identity, they influence your character, they influence your personality, and they overall influence how you're going to feel and eventually act. And then these actions that you make lead to the eventual creation of your reality, right? But it's not like you just think something and then it's like, boom, it's just gonna pop up in your life because you've been thinking it, so therefore you attracted it. When you think certain thoughts, they do attract certain things, but they just attract like thoughts, right? Like, thoughts don't, like you're not gonna think about a reality and visualize a reality and then expect the physical reality to be attracted to you. No, there's just more thoughts that get attracted to you. So if you start, like, let's say you're trying to get money, right? And then you start thinking like a rich person, you'll start having more thoughts of a rich person. Now you'll get more ideas that if you do act off these ideas, boom, you'll be good. This is why also it could seem like your thoughts do make reality, because sometimes you'll think about something for so long, and then because you've been doing that, you eventually see it pop up in your physical life. But really, because you thought about this one thing for so long, you've been aligning your thoughts with that, right? So like, let's say you've been thinking about acquiring something, right? All you've been doing is thinking about acquiring this thing. So now you attract certain thoughts that could lead you to be at the right place at the right time in order to acquire something, you see? So things definitely can look magical, because sometimes you either get the thoughts to create something yourself, or you'll just get the thoughts that make you somehow align at the right place and at the right time. But people shouldn't really depend on that, you know? They shouldn't depend on being at the right place at the right time all the time and hoping that they get those types of thoughts, opposed to thoughts that tell them how to actually make their reality. Because when you take the power outside yourself and say that I have to just get it because it was the right place at the right time, it's way harder to create your life, because at that point you're not really creating it. You're just walking into circumstances, or you're walking into possibilities. Is what I meant to say. You're walking into possible circumstances and hoping that things go your way, opposed to just making the thing that you want for yourself. So with that being said, when you use your thoughts, you need to actually understand that your thoughts help to shape how you're going to see the world, right? They help you shape what you're going to actually perceive in your world, what you're going to notice. Will you notice certain opportunities, or will you focus on other BS instead, right? Because the way that we identify with ourselves is going to determine how we perceive ourselves in our life. Like, a person who is very focused on like taking pictures, they're gonna walk around and visit different places, and inside their mind they'll see a certain place and be like, yo, I gotta take a picture of this. Like whenever they see the world, part of their mind is always seeking out things that will make a good picture, right? But a person who's just very sensitive to energy might go to the same place, but they're perceiving it differently. One person perceives it as a crazy photographic nature scene. The other person sees it as a crazy energetic nature spot with energy that helps that person with whatever they want inside their life, whether it's fairy energy or some ascension energy, whatever the heck. So my point is that the way that you identify with yourself and the character and personality which you take on is going to affect how you really do see your life, right? Another person who don't really care about the energy or nature or about like taking pictures, they'll see the nature spot and never even want to go there. They're like, oh, I want to go there. Nature, ew. But at that spot could be a whole opportunity for them to get something, but they would never peep it because they don't like nature. You see what I'm trying to say? So like, this is why also, like, if you're a shy person, you will not talk to people. And if you don't talk to people, you might miss out on meeting people who could benefit you inside your life. You see? So you changing your thoughts would eventually change your perception. And now you'd be more comfortable with talking to people inside the external world, which could eventually lead to the creation of what you want to create. Your thoughts shape your perception, and they also shape your identity and your perception of yourself in the world. With that being said, use your thoughts wisely, but do not think that you're just gonna think something all day and then it's gonna just poof appear. That doesn't happen. And on top of that, it's not even always the conscious thoughts. It's more or less the subconscious thoughts and the subconscious activity which is going on with inside of your mind that's really dictating your perceptions of reality. Because you can think beautiful thoughts all day if you want, but if you have BS thoughts in your subconscious, you're gonna be cooked, bro. Because no matter how much you try to align with the like you could say all day, I'm confident. But if you haven't actually unraveled the thought patterns that have led you to becoming shy, you can say I'm confident all you want. Part of you is not going to be perceiving that and actually wanting to act from that, because deep down inside, you still have these other thoughts which tell you that you're not worthy. People are going to make fun of you. Your voice doesn't want to, nobody wants to hear your voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't address the deeper thoughts, the conscious thoughts in your mind don't matter, because you're just going to be trying to put, it's like if you had like 1,000 pounds of trash that was like 100 feet, and you're trying to pour little speckles of like, you're trying to pour speckles of like gold on it and say that it's a golden castle. Like, no, this is a fucking trash castle with fucking gold sprinkled on top. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to sprinkle gold on inside your mind, but it's filled up with trash. You got to take out the trash first and then actually just use pure gold, you know? And then people will actually want to go to the golden castle, because it'll actually be a golden castle, not a pound of shit with gold on it. Nobody wants that, you know? So yeah, I hope we really understand that, you know? I think that's everything I really had to say inside this video. So without further ado, I'm gonna end this video right here. I love you all. Catch you in my next video. Like this video, subscribe if you're new. Peace. Love free. Out. You feel me?